Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Zarina and I'm a small business owner who runs a small studio in Bosnia and Herzegovina. I've graduated from Lincoln College of Art and Design back in 2016 and since then I'm self-employed as interior designer. By self-employed, at the beginning I was a freelancer, then I transitioned into a solopreneur, and now I just transitioned into entrepreneur, which means I have experienced all the phases that the small business owner goes through when starting interior design business. What is interesting when starting interior design business is that you have to wear multiple hats, which in practice means you need to be designer, marketer, builder, technician, what else? Creator, director, contact person, the only responsible person, and the list goes on. I counted with my business coach that the one self-employed interior designer usually has somewhere in between 8 to 12, sometimes even 15 roles in small studio or small company. Even though if you are a small interior designer, you will do all the things that are required to deliver a design or to deliver the service. Sometimes it includes a variety of softwares, and the topic of this video will be how to integrate one single software in interior design practice, in small interior design practice, and how to do it efficiently. So just a little bit about my background. I started my career, like design career, as a traditional painter, and later on I went to like a international gymnasium, and then again I majored in art again. After that I went to normal, like formal college in the US, private college, and my only focus, so I didn't do major or minor, I just went for interior design. And within the interior design I used to work within the IT of my college, where I've learned a variety of softwares. So I've learned softwares that are outside of my college degree, and I have up to 15 design softwares, so to say, under my belt that I've experienced, that I have worked with, where I actually made money. And then after all of these softwares, and after I tried everything on Windows, on iOS, now I can say that I really just work with one software, and that software is SketchUp. I found out through my journey that the SketchUp is the only software where I can actually start design process, do the spatial planning, do the 3D modeling, do the visualization, later on do the technical drawings, do the presentations, and combine that all together in one single software, not going anywhere else, which would mean that in case I want to bring somebody on board in my team, the training process will be much easier than if I would have to teach them AutoCAD, Revit, 3ds, maybe even SketchUp, Maya, Max. I mean, by 3ds I meant 3ds Max. Then if I would have to teach them V-Ray, either Corona or Mental Ray, or now we have Lumion, Unreal Engine, Unity, like all those software, some of the softwares that I'm naming, even Blender, or like there's so much out there that you can get confused which one is the best for you as a small business owner, as a freelancer, as a solopreneur, or just having a small team of people or small studio. So since I have this, I can say, wide experience of all the roles that I've been through in the past 8 years, I can definitely tell you which ones are proven for me to be the best decisions, the best invest time, money, and actual value of the software. So while I was in school, I used to work in 3ds Max, then I would go to AutoCAD, then I would go back to 3ds Max, then I would go to Corona, then I would go to and I would just keep going on from software to software to software. And then later on, when I need to do the technical drawings, I would do them in AutoCAD. And at that point, I would be so drained by just changing all these softwares. And of course, you forget what you did in 3D by the time you come to the 2D. But when you have everything combined, as I do in SketchUp, it's way easier, it's way more practical, and you're way more efficient and faster, which, you know, if you're a small business owner, every minute matters. Like, there is no, for us, there is no, oh, it's fine, I'll do it in 2, 3, 5 days. For us, I know, at least for me, even today, my measurement of time is minutes. Like, when I write myself a task, I always plan like how many minutes I need to complete the task. And through all of these years of experience and just trying what works the best, I came to the conclusion that SketchUp worked the best for me in small design studio. Now I have a small design studio and I have 3 people helping me out, but even me coming with all of this background, with this knowledge, and just living abroad in the US, living in the Middle East, living in the Western Europe, living in the Eastern Europe, it's really hard for me to take all of my knowledge, just like pack it in some way and transfer it or teach somebody else who's just coming on board. So with SketchUp, I figured for me it's easiest to take that procedure from start to end, just to have everything in one single software. So how I do it and why I think it's the best. For example, if you are doing a spatial planning, you can easily do it in SketchUp. You don't have to do the AutoCAD and then go back and forth, because very soon in the process you need to show that to your client. And for me, SketchUp is way more user-friendly, because you can open it on tablet and then just go and show it to your client and get a feedback on the layout. And second thing is, when you do the 3D, you don't have to run into 3D rendering like right away. You can take your model, you can sit with your client, again, take your tablet and just show the model around, so they can get a look and feel of the space even before you get the final approval of design or you do the 3D renders or not. And even with 3D renders, even though like one part of my job, or as my title, or how I actually developed from school, is that I put always next to my interior designer, I put a dash and I put CG artist, because I'm really good at it and I work really hard to achieve that level of efficiency and precision with the 3D renders, and I'm just not afraid to do the 3D render. But on the other hand, I have so much experience in the field, in the actual site, like how they say, like the dusty part of this profession. I have experience there too, and I know that 3D renders are they're just to sell the project. They are not there to actually the most valuable part of the interior design project is the technical drawing. It's not the 3D, but the 3D is something that will sell. But even if you only know the SketchUp and how the SketchUp works, and if you know all the ways that I use now in my practice to present a project, you can definitely go without the 3D render. 3D render would be something as an extra. Of course, you can charge extra for that, but do you actually need it? I would say no, because you can finish everything just in SketchUp and you can do such a high quality presentations, like everything your client needs to know, even some of the animations you can do in SketchUp, so user friendly. You can do it over a Zoom, you can do it over a cup of coffee. Like, I have this huge cup of coffee here because the day is gonna be a long day. And you can do it in such way that you're not putting so much stress on yourself, because you know everything is in that one file. And other thing is like when you plug the materials, you can just name them, and whoever, even if you are doing the technical drawings, or if you outsource your technical drawings, you can always pick your materials, and then you have the exact size of the tiles, manufacturer, all these little tiny things. You can just plug it into SketchUp, and I think it's really user friendly in comparison to Revit, which I also used. I finished my thesis in Revit. Like I was really skilled with Revit. But Revit is not for small interior design studio. Revit is for a large scale projects, for huge buildings, mostly for architects. It's harder for us, and I don't see actually a point in making a space in Revit because you have so many architectural detailing and details that you don't need in standard, let's say, a residential project, which is more that is more relying on decoration and aesthetics and function. So I don't think the Revit is necessary. Plus, the Revit is expensive, and you need a different PC to run it on. While with SketchUp, you don't need to have a very expensive equipment. You can just do like a, I don't know, some middle price computer will work just fine. And I know some of my external co-parents, they use computers. I was fascinated with it. Computers that are like 6, 7, and 8 years old. For me, that was like mind-blowing because I think everything that is older than 2 years is actually old piece of equipment. But that's just me, and I really love technology. Which comes to my next point when it comes to having one single software interior design studio is investing in your equipment. If you have multiple, let's say, licenses, you need to pay for multiple licenses on yearly basis, because nowadays it's not like in earlier days where you can just buy a license and it lasts you forever. No, you just usually pay either monthly, or you pay yearly, or you just have a subscription where you get discounts and so on and so on. So you will, as a small business owner, you will make that part of your business cost you less. So it's going to be cheaper to have one license versus 5 licenses. Another thing is you need to know technical specifications of each of those softwares. What kind of computer you need, what kind of graphic card you need, what kind of power supply you need, how large UPS you need. All of those things do matter when it comes how much memory, SSD disk, and all those little like components. Again, I'm very into IT, but you need to know those things if you are a business owner, because you need to know where your money goes. When it flows, it's good, but when it goes, it's bad. Trust me. And when you know all of these things, it's way easier to have like a software that can run on any kind of like normal price PC. You don't have to have anything expensive, but it gets work done. And for me, that was the point when I was like, I'm not gonna do any other software. I'll just dedicate my time to learn SketchUp as much as I need as interior designer, and to create a workflow from the start to finish as a professional, and how to do it professionally in SketchUp. So I know it might sound weird for some of you, but I don't use AutoCAD at all. I do have my engineer, and she has a degree in engineering, and she does use AutoCAD, but she uses for her own stuff. In the firm, in our processes, I don't even have included AutoCAD in my just in the workflow of the project. There is no AutoCAD. It's just SketchUp from the beginning to an end, and it served me so well that, trust me, like I'm not planning on switching to anything anymore. I think it really does the job, and especially for the small studio. So what I can suggest you, as if you are wanting to be interior designer, if you are you're planning on being a freelance interior designer, if you are let's say solopreneur and just want to be a one-woman show or one-man show, whatever, I would like highly suggest you, from my own experience and as a person who tried all these softwares just to try SketchUp, and I'm sure you will like it a lot. The only reason you might not like it at the beginning is if you don't know how to use it, or if you don't know what the process is. It took me 3 years to develop the process, and I know it just goes so well now, and there is no time waste, there is no delay. Like, I'm so in peace when it comes to my project, because I know everything's organized. I'm not sure if I will or when I will make my course for professionals in English, but that will probably happen eventually, because I really like to teach people what I do and what I practice. I'm not somebody like who is CG artist and don't know how the things work in actual field. I actually have my own studio, and I know how I work in my studio, and I know the results and what that actually, all the bonuses and pluses and time that SketchUp has returned to me. So I will keep using SketchUp, and if you're interested in learning SketchUp my way, you can definitely send me a DM, or you can contact me, I don't know, via email. You have all my contacts below. And if you find this content interesting, be sure to subscribe, because in the future I'll definitely record more videos of interior design business, of the softwares, and all these little details of how to become a successful business owner or self-employed interior designer, and just to enjoy this interior design field, because it has so much to offer. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.